It's Week 8 of the NFL. And up next is Demario Davis. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Saints and the Raiders, and it's coming up next.
Folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Off the play fake. Fox under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Escapes the defender. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 15 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. When you look at the Saints defense, this crew against the pass issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because They know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things broke down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. The Raiders at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got to miss.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And some space here. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They run it again with Kamara. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be a third and about 13. After one, 7-3 to score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And Thomas has it. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Kamara up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down, Fox. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That good for 22 and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's going to try and take off with it. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked picked off by J.C. Horn. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
On the option, here's Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Here's Hall. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, but you know what else is happening too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit...
And the Raiders have got him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now it's Hall. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Hall. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. On fourth down, Hall. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Saints will have the football back. On first down, Fox. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Fox. Here's Johnson with a reception. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Throwing on first down, Fox. Again, it's Johnson. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. He gets it to Thomas. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando where, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Going to the right here and finding Burks. Powering his way forward. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
He gets it to Burks again. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Gets it out wide quickly. Burks with it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. Touchdown! Traylon Burks from 8 yards out. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Traylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Max Crosby has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Traylon Burks headed back out with the rest of this offense. Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches. Really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved, because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. But he needs help from other people with their eyes and their expertise, and he needs to listen to them. And sometimes you just can't afford to wait on a drive and say, okay, let's get to the sidelines and start over. You need to find a way in the middle of that drive to start taking away what's hurting you.
Yeah, in-series adjustments, and how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you listen to what everyone else is telling you, what they're seeing, the patterns that are developing, and maybe you just start running extra bodies to take away that particular player.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
The focus after that run isn't how many yards they gained. It's that they gained a 1st down, and they've been running it well all game long.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Hall to throw it. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll keep it himself. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Back to throw, Hall. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield with man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Hall. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, Fox. And that is incomplete.
Intended for A.T. Perry. Covered by J.C. Horn.
2nd and 10. To throw again. Fox tries the left side and finds Olave. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded at the 33. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Hall. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of depth.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And quickly they get to the line. They go play action here on 1st down. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Back to throw. Fox. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here we go with Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
They'll start with the option. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Zeke going to get it on the option. And he gets it down to the 32. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He gets this one to Burks. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Hall. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of...
Touchdown, Raiders! Sterling Shepard from 13 yards out. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing to start the drive. Fox. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Fox. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Fox. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Las Vegas, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall